from them being there. And so there's a big disconnect that is growing and continuing to grow because people have lost faith and confidence in their government structure. And it has become something that appears to be very one-sided. Not everyone, but on a large-scale basis, that's how people are feeling. So understanding that to be truth and understanding where people are coming from, there's often a natural disposition to be a little more cynical when dealing with all of these populations because they've heard it before, they've seen people come around, but still nothing has changed. And so one of the things that I think is really important when I'm dealing with any population, and I deal with all kinds of populations all across the city, is to be truthful. I don't apologize and tell them that it's going to be okay or pacify them because the moment is uncomfortable. The moment is uncomfortable because their person is uncomfortable, and it's my responsibility to put myself in their shoes, understand and listen to what they're saying, and then actually work on the deliverables to make that change. And that piece is the hard piece. That a lot of times we find that people are well-intentioned in politics, they want to go in and they do good, but the work that's left to be done is very challenging. The easy stuff was done a long time ago, y'all. That ribbon has been cut. It's the hard stuff, the complicated stuff, the hairy stuff that's left. And so working with the community to help empower them and resolve problems together, I think is the only way to approach it. Now, how do you do that? So the first is, you gotta be present, you've gotta listen, and you do that for anyone. So if it's a senior citizen, a young person, you've gotta have a relationship of trust. So what does that mean? So when you call me, does that mean I call you back? Yes. I gotta call you back, I gotta show up, I've gotta invest in this relationship as you're elected. And then you've gotta trust me enough to share with me what's going on. I cannot physically, trust me, I have tried it. I have tried to clone myself many times. It doesn't work, for me at least. And so I need you to tell me what's going on. Don't just get frustrated. You've got to communicate with me too. So we've got to have a relationship where we're communicating and we're working together. I'm equipping you with the tools that you need, but you need to equip me with the information I need that we can collectively work on this issue together. And then what's most important is that they actually see results. Because that's the part that matters most, is that you see a difference in your life or in your community. And so that is happening across the spectrum with various ages, and people are disconnected in that way. And I think understanding and appreciating that relationship brings pride when you do get that result. And so, where those spaces are might be different, but what that result has to be, you've got to achieve some of those results. And so that's the hard piece of this, especially with some of the challenges that we face, like Harvey, for example. And so there are many people in this city who still are living in conditions that, quite frankly, are unacceptable. And so how do you continue to navigate with them, despite the fact that it's been 2 years, and be honest with them about the work and stay diligent, keep calling them back. If this nonprofit didn't work, let's try a new program. We have to keep trying because they're dependent on us. Otherwise, they'll lose faith in what we're here to do. Okay.
So when I think of problems in our community, Harris County, we have a system right now where only 8% of indigent defendants are represented by our public defender's office. That means 92% of people who cannot afford a lawyer have their lawyers appointed by the judge. Now, if I'm the judge and these are lawyers and they're in my court all the time and they make campaign contributions, I might be tempted to give them more cases, right? Not all of that is bad, but it's not a good system. I mean, how can you be confident in a system where the judge appoints the lawyer? Think about that. Right, so that's what happens to poor people. Rich people don't have court-appointed attorneys, right? Because they can afford to hire their own attorney who has time to work for them. Court-appointed attorneys are overworked. They've got more cases than they can handle. so they don't give as much time to those cases. Even those who are well-intended cannot serve their clients to the best of their abilities because they don't have the resources. We've got to do something about that. That's a huge issue. Reverend Lawson, Howard Jefferson, Rabbi Carr, Bishop Fiorenza, and I was kind of coming along with them at the time, fought to get a public defender's office. Our public defenders in the night. Wait a minute, now, most people don't even know how public defender is. He's in the night. But he can only handle 8% of those indigent cases. He's trying to double that to 16, 18% over the next couple of years or so. That still leaves another 84% of the indigent cases being handled by public court appointed attorneys by the judge. So we're working on a process now that's been backed by multiple people, including Commissioner Rodney Ellis and others, and then the Texas Indigent Commission, to propose a process that's called the Managed Assisted Counsel, which means that there's a management team, not the judge, an arbitrary group who will appoint lawyers for indigent people. Remember, Sandra Bland did not have $500, so she stayed in jail. She could have lived and she had $500. So being poor is being criminalized in our county, much of our nation. So those are the kind of issues we've got to work on. What would happen if a group of millennials took up a project like this? You don't need a position. You're just working with people like myself and others who are trying to get things changed, right? But you gotta come to the meeting, you gotta spend some time, you gotta read the documents, understand it. But I'm telling you, if 300 millennials were down at the courthouse saying in the Commissioner's Court, we want to change that system. It has never happened. But this represents your future. All right? So those are the kind of problems that I would like us to talk about. In fact, let me just ask, who would like to work on a problem like that? Who wants to solve something? All right, good. I want to give everybody, raise your hand, right hand. Promise, I swear to God, I want to. So, no, let's do that, because if we leave here the trouble, we're going to solve a problem. I promise you, service is the way to significance.
So we're going to be around with the collection plates. Everyone just put in as you can.